Cheers, fellas. We're back again.
Officially episode 2 of the Kentucky Gentleman.
Yes, episode 1 was lost in the abyss, but episode 2 became episode 1, and now
we have episode 2v2.
Yeah, this is 2v2. And yeah, so if you've listened to both so far, we appreciate that. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we're just going to get in with it.
Yeah, your pussy.
Yeah, we're back and fucking better than ever. What kind of raunchy shit are we talking about tonight, boys?
Everything, dude. One of the things you brought up was about the hookup culture and how Tinder is basically dead due to COVID-19.
That's pretty fucking big. I mean, honestly, like, things are changing a lot. This quarantine shit's got us all locked up. We're sitting here back chilling. All the favorite hangout spots, the bars, the bowling alley, everything's shut down. And I mean,
will life ever go back to normal, or are we permanently changed? Like, will we always wash our hands a little bit extra now, or like, what's up? Like,
I think that we're gonna learn how to find satisfaction in a nice drive-through.
Yes.
Wait, you guys wash your hands?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, me too, Mom.
Now you're just supposed to be covering chemicals.
Yeah. Just Lysol your hands and inject bleach if that's possible.
I think some things will change, but eventually everyone's going to be like, yeah, I want to go to the movie theaters again.
Oh,
I want to go
I already
enjoy.
do.
Yeah, I want to go get a nice meal somewhere, you know.
I want to have the freedom to leave my house and not be told, like, all that bullshit. Like, I can go on a rant, but...
I mean, no one sat into a fucking restaurant for over a month.
Yeah.
Like, you know how crazy
that's
that is?
crazy.
Like... Yeah. You literally can't. Like,
we've lost that freedom.
Yeah, there's not much you can fucking do. It really is a loss of freedom. Like, we're out here literally having to change our lives because of some bullshit.
Yeah.
They can't take our beer. They can't take our cigs. And that'll never change. As far, like, I swear that'll never change.
Well, actually, it happened.
Yeah, fuck prohibition. We're not going back to that shit.
Hey, as long as we drink in moderation and, you know, you don't get behind the wheel.
Years.
Yeah, if you drink and drive, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But if you have done that and you've learned and you're a changed person, then I'm on your side too. Just don't do it again.
Alright, so we're 2 minutes in. I've called the audience pussies and I've told them to go fuck themselves.
Hey,
that's alright. We love y'all. We love y'all. If you're listening, just know that you have a special place in our heart, for real.
And we love
and
you.
just know if you're a hater, keep hating. Like, we're having so much fun doing this, you would not believe how much fun it just... Like, who cares if nobody listens? We're having fun doing what we're doing.
I love all the viewers.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like it or whether you hate it, I mean, you're watching our shit. So,
yeah.
Here you are.
Listening.
Here we are.
We're not there yet.
Well.
That's actually what it sounds like.
Chill. They can hear that shit.
Because that's the point.
So, what is, like... What have y'all been doing to pass the time? I pretty much know the answer, but...
School.
School. That's a big one.
That takes up a lot of time.
What's your major, Hayden?
My major is business management.
Hell yeah.
Trying to get in on real estate a little bit.
Okay.
Real estate, it's a growing game.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
My buddy Ethan.
He specializes
shout out
in,
Ethan, if he's listening. He's trying to get on real estate, too. Blake, you're going to say something?
Hayden currently is a real estate specialist in cardboard boxes. He builds nice big forts, and you should hit him up.
Make him look good.
It's luxury cardboard housing.
Yeah.
You just have to use your imagination. SpongeBob taught first.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Alright, well, I'm Blake, and I study... Should I just go big name, small name?
Big brain.
Let's go big
Small
brain.
name, big brain.
Big brain time.
Blake Hicks, the redneck name. I don't know if that points to me being a clinical psych neuroscientist with a focus in biobehavioral psych and a minor in, neuroscience. But it's or maybe future of radiology is kind of what I'm looking at grad school for. So,
You want to be an MD?
Yes, I want to be a PhD, and I guess, like, originally I wanted to get into clinical neuropsychology, which would be like the person that, when you originally go into treatment, will send you to any of the various other neuro-based people for whatever specific kind of specialist you need. But now that I'm getting deeper into college, I think it would be better to just start in a field that isn't an overall span of the whole thing, and then get a good hand in it. And then,
everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and then I can go get another PhD later if I want.
All right, so who are you?
All right, if any of y'all are still awake after that, I'm
yeah.
Combs. Good to have y'all here. I'm a criminology major, and I'm really interested in just any sort of the shit you see on TV, Law and Order, fucking Criminal Minds, Forensic Files. Like, I love to study that. I love criminals and stuff. And I want to work in a prison one day because I've always been intrigued by that growing up and stuff. So, yeah, that's me. It's not really me, but it's what I'm studying in college. So.
I'm Josh, and I'm majoring in finance right now. I want to do definitely stuff with business relations. And I'm currently managing a liquor store, so where I go to school, WKU has a program where we can do our distilling and distributing, and I want to get into that as well and get my feet off the ground in the alcohol industry and try to, run it up, just selling people what they need to drink to get through the day. And that that's what I really want to do. So
yeah, it's not a bad occupation to go for. I don't think
you gotta do what you love, right? And I love to drink, moderately, but
in moderation.
Yeah, the funnel can only go so fast.
Yeah.
I'm taking that to its limits. I've been getting really good at the fucking straw in the glass bottle shit.
I've seen you do that. Explain that. It's like you put a straw into a glass bottle beer, bend it backwards.
What are the top 5 ways to drink beer?
And it takes the air
top
out.
5 ways to drink beer.
Shotgun, number one.
Shotgun, funnel. That's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. I mean, gotta have the glass bottle. A classic, just pop and chug.
Ice, get ice.
Oh yeah, ice and the boys. That's always nice. So that's 4. Fuck, the 5th best way to drink beer: cold. Fuck a warm beer.
Yeah, no, fuck warm beer. Tastes like piss.
Hell yeah.
I want to spit on the phone.
So Josh is also getting his degree in piss tasting.
I'm getting my degree in pissing in public.
Yeah, we were out at the bar one night having a good time. We're all overage, by the way. And Josh just decides to walk out of a bar downtown Bowling Green and just whip his cock out right there in the street.
No, that's not true.
Exactly,
it was in the alleyway. It was in the alleyway. It was in a dark alleyway. Next thing I know, I see a fucking floodlight right on me. Dodge Charger. I'm like, fuck. I zip my shit up real quick and I start running. The cop starts screaming, get back here. I was like, oh shit. I pussied out. Turned back around. He was like, come over here. And I was like, man, I wasn't pissing. No, you got that wrong. He was like, I got it on the camera. Long story short, I ended up in cuffs, but charges got dropped. So shout out to the judge because he's an OG.
You have any run-ins with the cops, Aiden?
Yeah, I actually got a ticket for reckless driving and not having my insurance on me. So the cops, they were kind of being dicks in Josh's situation, same here. And I had to go to court, and I went up to the judge, and I just remember like, man, I want to pay this and get out of here. Like, I got to go to class and stuff. And he was like, oh, you're a student? All right, just get out.
Dude, that's what he told me. Literally, the judge said, son, when you graduate, come back your senior year and we'll take this off your record. And I was like, you are such a good man. Like, I just honestly almost cried. Like, it was a real moment.
Well, yeah, I had to do traffic school too, but like, I mean, that's not too bad. Traffic school sucks, by the way. You have to pay to do it too.
Yeah, and it's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Alright, my only run-in with the cops. This is a kind of gnarly story. Basically, it was Thanksgiving break my freshman year, and I went home and I was at my homie's place, and he was like, I guess he had just started some new antidepressant or something like that.
That'll do it.
And he was like drinking with his girlfriend, and like his girlfriend leaves, and like I just get into town, I go over to his place, and I'm like sober just after a fucking hour drive, and like the kid is like, hey, let's smoke, and basically worst comes to worst, he has a freak out, like a full-on freak out, like yelling into the corner of the room and then falling to the floor and rolling around like
those are bad to see.
Yeah, and so I run down and get his parents, and I'm like, he's freaking out, like do something, help please. And like they just like, his dad comes upstairs,
I remember this
throws
story.
me into an oak wood bed frame, breaks it with me, and like breaks one of my ribs, fractures my nose, and he's like beating on me, and his wife's like a lawyer, And she's like, hit him in the back of the head so he has to shave it if they want to show evidence and like all this stuff.
What?
And like my buddy's on the ground like fucking
That's
screaming.
some demented shit.
And like, yeah, and so then I get taken outside. I went outside. I was like, fuck this, you know,
Yeah.
like I got my ass up and like fucking hobbled outside.
With a broken rib and a
Yeah.
bloody head.
And like as the cops showed up and the EMT showed up and they like got him an ambulance and then they like put me in the back of a cop car and they're like, we have to search your car.
And you
It's
got
on
beat
your
up by your
property.
friend's dad.
And so they find like less than a half G on me, and that got expunged, thankfully. But
Yeah.
like, and then I had to wait like half an hour for an ambulance, and then my parents didn't come till 5 a.m.
So
Yeah.
why did this, like, my question is, why did this guy just throw you against the
Dude,
bed and start
so
beating you up?
His parents are crazy. I'm not even kidding. So I show up to the house, and the first thing, like, I grew up knowing this kid because his mom lived in my neighborhood, and like, basically he like his mom and dad were divorced, and so his dad's place was up the road. It's like a fucking $1 million
Nice
lake house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so daddy bought them a house to live in, and like, so I was growing up around this kid, and then like, he was over at his dad's place, and it was a break the first time I came back for college, and like, that's the only time I was gonna see him, so I went over there, and like, his dad, I walk inside, they made me change clothes, take a shower upon entering, change into his clothes. They made me empty my pockets and they Lysol all
What
my
kind of
stuff.
culture is
Like,
this?
No, this dude's like a germaphobe. Like, he's crazy. Like.
Oh, we.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I had my run-in with the cops.
I'm still like just so confused by this because, okay, so you go downstairs and you're like, look, your son,
Just having
I'm
a
trying to
freak
help
out.
your son right now.
Yeah.
Get up there, like, he needs your help.
And they're like,
so-
you gave him drugs.
Oh,
Yeah,
was that basically
they
what
were
it was?
yelling at me. They were like, "What'd you give him? What'd you get?" And it was like, he asked me to smoke weed with him, and I did.
It's like, he got one of
You
Blake's
know?
dabs. He's
Oh.
fucked.
Okay.
No,
I
we
see what
smoked,
you're
like,
saying
half
now.
a blunt, and like in his bathroom in his nice house, like not even that much, and flushed it down the toilet. And then like we were sitting on his bed cracking jokes, and he just stands up, walks to the corner of the room, and just starts screaming.
What the heck?
Yeah.
There's some crazy people
Yeah,
out there.
it takes all types to make the world go around.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But some people we could do without.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, all right. Let's try and brighten the mood a little bit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're almost at the halfway mark too, though.
Are we actually? That'll brighten the mood.
We're not even close.
No, Josh. You,
Well, we should fucking get the halftime show rolling a little early. I don't care.
how about I'll pour another drink? But
Hell
we're
yeah.
not at halftime yet.
So yeah, what's some positive news y'all guys got?
Some positive news is that everything is slowly starting to reopen in Kentucky. It seems like.
That's true.
It seems that
Yeah, the summer's right around the corner.
summer's right around the corner. This
Yeah.
shit's going to heat everything up. We're going to be back to normal in no time. I hope so. If next semester is online, I promise you it will be a dramatic failure on the part of all college
Which,
institutions
I agree.
and even high school. It just cannot be sustained. You cannot have, whether or not we like it or not, the educational system in America is essentially daycare at the lower levels. And you cannot have all the kids, because they're just not getting educated. Like, you cannot tell me that they're doing their homework online. Like, that's just not how it is. You have to be in person, doing what you do, and we need to get back to that as soon as possible.
It's like the kids who actually have parents that are like, get on your
Yeah.
freaking computer right now and do
Yeah.
your work. Like, those are the kids who are actually,
Yeah.
still benefiting from it, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
But even
Yeah,
then,
nobody's
in
gonna
online education, just whether or not this is about COVID or not, online instruction versus person to person, face to face, you get a relationship with your professor, you talk to him after class, you really do dive into the subject. You cannot have that online. You just
You
can't.
need social interaction. Like, I mean, I wouldn't know any of these people if I wasn't here at Western.
Yeah.
Like,
if we
same
didn't
with,
have face to face
yeah,
classes.
same within high school. Like, imagine going
That's
through,
not- yeah.
imagine going through fucking high school at
Imagine
home with
being
no
a
friends.
Like, they didn't have a prom, they didn't have like the dances, the football games, basketball, it's all gone.
Imagine
It's like,
being a freshman in college this semester.
that'd be terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Like, my freshman year was fucking amazing. Like, I wouldn't want to take that away from anybody.
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, you graduated high school, you're a big boy now, you're going to go to college and really learn who you are and meet people that you're going to know for the rest of your life.
It's just like
You're
kinda,
online now, bitch.
Yeah, kind of like going in the same lane. It's like, in my case, like think about the people who like pledged last semester for fraternities, and then they're
They have no
it's just like-
experience.
you just like you have a semester that's wasted. I guess that's with anything though.
Yeah.
What happened to y'all's spring class?
I think they automatically got like
Initiated.
in. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but I
But
never
the
like,
whole
talked to
experience,
anyone.
like I've pledged as well. Like it's fucking. I would not want to lose that for anything.
Yeah, and I'm just ready for it to. I'm ready for summer because I know when summer comes, everything will definitely reopen. There'll probably be some stuff that will still be like, people will be scared about it, but
So
I mean, you just got to get over, like, I don't know. I'm a very, like, radical-minded person. Some people say that, I don't make sense very much, but if you're going to be scared of a disease, I mean, I can name 100 other things you need to be scared of, too, every day,
yeah,
Like, just don't leave your house ever. Like, that's not really a solution.
right.
it's still only the fourth killer in America right now, even at the peak of the
Dude, I just saw an article. I don't know if it's true or not because we never know these days. Like, I'm not even trying to say, like, Trump says fake news. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is there are so many news sources and so much stuff that pops up on our phone. Like, you never know if it's reliable or not. And it's like, but I did see this one thing today. It said that the CDC came out with a new number count and basically cut the number in half of COVID deaths.
Okay.
Because they were reporting anybody that died who tests positive, whether they died in a car crash, whether they died from a heart attack, if they tested positive for having COVID, they would count as a COVID death.
That's what they did with Joe Diffie.
Yeah. They
Joe
called
Diffie.
him COVID?
Yeah, they said he was COVID, and he ended up just being like regular flu.
Yeah.
Or not even. It was just like
Just
old age or
yeah.
something.
Here comes Ethan in his Dodge. That's what it sounded like. Shout out to Ethan. Doesn't sound like a big-ass truck coming through, but...
So once all this shit gets back to normal, what's the first place y'all are going?
Hilligans.
Hilligans?
Oh man, that's
The barber shop. I'm getting my fucking shit fixed.
Yeah, I'll bring a barbershop.
I want to go to like a hibachi grill.
I could see that. A sit-in restaurant would just fucking Waffle House. While
Oh,
we're on
yes.
the topic.
Like
Waffle.
Puertos, like any Mexican.
Get that all-star special, baby.
I just want to
Yeah.
get blasted at the bar and go to fucking Waffle House.
Yes, that'll be a perfect night.
If I'm unconscious and you have to carry me into fucking Waffle House, take me to Waffle House.
I
Like,
bet it's like, imagine how it's gonna look. Like if they have like a certain date where it's like, all right, everyone can go out on this date. Imagine just how many people are gonna be going out to all these places. I think it's gonna be packed everywhere.
Oh yeah, it will be. It'll be like a
First
grand.
week at
It'll be
least.
everything's having a grand reopening. They're gonna have deals, steals, everything. It's
Happy
gonna be-
Meals.
Yeah, they're gonna have it all. They're gonna have it all. Like, oh man,
yeah, like the malls are
Christmas.
definitely gonna pop off.
everybody might be wearing a mask, but who cares?
Yeah, for real.
All right, so I just got some fan mail. Riley, one of my good friends, he just said that he watched the first podcast and
The entirety of it.
yeah, and the Meerkats thing's true apparently.
Okay.
So I mean, shouts out to Riley. Thank you for your like. Thank you for your
Hey,
subscribe.
leave some comments below, and we'll read them on the next episode if they're really good. And
We want to hear about your favorite parts, your least favorite parts.
tell us how to improve.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to fucking hear about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always go for content and subject material and whatnot. If you want to hear us talk about something, we'll wear it out.
Yeah. We will.
Did y'all know there's like a new golf course here in Bowling Green called Riverview? Have y'all heard of that?
No.
It's actually it's got a driving range there. So it's like the only driving range
Okay.
in Bowling Green apparently.
I know that Blake went. You didn't golf today, but you went on the walk with him.
Yeah.
Paul
Because it was
Walker.
gonna start raining and we only had time to get through like 5 holes and
Yeah.
I wasn't trying.
I
to play
love
the
golf,
field.
man. Like, if you know me, like my arms are fucked up. I can't really extend them the whole way, but I can still fucking on a par 3 course. I can give you a hell of a game. Like, I love to golf. Just it's a Father's Day tradition. Like, golf is fun, man.
I hate the COVID thing is got like you can't use a cart anymore.
Yeah, but you can still walk it and fucking
I know
tough
that
it
just
out.
kind of sucks.
Be a
I mean,
man
I've
about
had to
it.
do that the past 3 or 4
That's how
times
they do it on the tour.
Today at the golf
I mean,
course,
yeah.
I just saw a bunch of people. I thought people were out golfing with their babies today, like for real. And then like everyone's just got a cart stroller. And, like,
Yeah, it's a push cart.
And I was just like, hang on a minute, because like I saw one come up close, and I was like, that ain't a baby, that's golf clubs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was using this one day out at Paul Walker. That's like the only place around here that has one. of
Do
those
they have
little
it where you
baby
can
carts.
roll your car on?
So I
Yeah.
thought everyone just had them like for a second, like.
It's like, oh.
And then I was like, how does everyone have one of these little
Dude,
strollers for the car?
shout out
It's
to
'cause
Sam.
they're at the golf course.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam though, because our buddy Sam, he put it on his story today. He drove off and it looked picture perfect for him. Like he's a golfer. He, like in his room, he's got trophies. He won high school and all that stuff.
Yeah, he played.
He's a good golfer.
Shout out
man.
to Station Camp High School. If any of my high school fans watching, go Bison.
Shouts
Fuck
out
Bison.
Ryan.
Go Lakers. It's a great day to be a Laker. Today, tomorrow, and forever, baby.
I broke a golf club the other day.
I saw
I
that.
need to get
driver.
off the roids.
Off the roids, yeah. I
Yo,
need to
so what
calm
was the
down on that
hangout
a little
spot
bit.
after you guys were done with the day at like high school? Like like everyone at my school would go to Sonic and smoke.
It was
cigarettes.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's parking lot. They called it Robbie's Hangout because one of our people that graduated with us passed away in a car wreck, and they put literally in McDonald's parking lot they put a sign up that said Robbie's Hangout, and you're not supposed to loiter there, but we could because it's like I don't know, we were like half their business.
Ours was just our fucking gaming chairs. Like, video game culture was huge. Like, even the athletes, like, we would just slay out on fucking COD. Like, that's what we did. Go over to the boys' house, play fucking COD.
Heck
And I mean,
yeah.
that's just a staple of growing up. Like, in our age.
Yeah.
Dude, Friday Night Zombies was like.
Oh yeah, try to
like,
go as
pulling an
long as you
all-nighter on
can.
Friday
Yeah.
night and
Into
just,
Saturday
like,
morning zombies,
yeah.
for sure.
I remember one night I stayed up playing zombies from like 9 p.m. until 8 in the morning, and I saw the sun coming up, and I was like, I
time
guess
to
it's
log
probably
off.
go to bed now.
But then,
Yeah.
like, another really cool thing that all that makes me think about is, like, the music that we associate with that,
Oh,
that
yes.
time. So,
When
like, you know how that's when you would be listening to music is when you were grinding your video games and, like, and that's what kind of developed your music taste was, like, being distracted as it being a background thing and then it becoming a foreground thing, you know?
The
And
coolest
like,
shit.
Like Ellie Goulding
It's
Lights,
nostalgia.
that
It's
song,
just
like-
pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like you hear those songs from that, like from when you're in 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever. Like it just hits you like on a different level.
Yeah, and you can
And this
remember
bullshit
like, right when it was
Tekashi
on the
6ix9ine
radio,
fucking
Yeah.
bunk. It's just bunk. Take me back to like the goodies.
Yeah.
Butt kiss.
For the most part, like, music really is going downhill. Like,
Yeah.
there was so much more talent, so much better music and better lyrics back in the day. Like, the further back you look, even.
Yeah.
Because now a lot of pop music
Some
and,
doo-wop,
and
boo-bop,
hip-hop music
50s
is
shit.
developed using like statistical information, and they never really paid attention to that till recent. You know,
No, they
like,
craft songs now. They're
Yeah.
they're all ghostwrited. They're all like teams of writers trying to figure out exactly what's like. There's this song that keeps playing at work all the time. It's like "Be My Quarantine" or something. I'm like, dude.
Oh, it's like
What
that,
the fuck? Like, COVID came out. Let's make a song about being in my quarantine.
That's
It's just
fucking
like
stupid.
it is stupid, honestly.
Like, a year from now, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is Be My Quarantine?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
But hopefully, right?
I think someone who has like the best lyrics is probably Tyler Childers.
Oh yes.
If you just like listen to the lyrics and not the actual music, like
No,
I mean,
the music's
he'll
good too. I love
Yeah, I mean
Childers.
music. Yeah, he's got some incredible.
He's top of the
music, too.
line.
He's a Kentucky boy, right?
He went to Western
Yeah,
for a semester.
Shout out to Western. Shout
Oh, he
out to
went to
fucking
Western?
Tyler
For a
Childers.
semester, dropped out, just started picking that guitar and blew up.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, there's like a county back home. I'm from Lincoln County, Kentucky, and there's a county right next to it called Casey County. It's like country as fuck.
Hell yeah.
And he actually lived there in Casey County for probably, I think it was like 8 or 9 years, but that's what I heard. If you're listening to this, Tyler, you know, you can come on the show and correct us.
Anytime.
but,
Anytime. Tell us what it is, what it ain't.
yeah, give us the whole bio. We'll give you some KG and
That's what we should do. Is like if we have like a special guest, like get them to truly get drunk on the KG.
You gotta embrace the experience.
yeah.
I mean, honestly,
We're putting KG and something down your throat.
Yeah.
we're having a blast doing this, man.
Oh man,
It's something that I honestly look forward to doing.
I've always kind of wanted. Are you talking about podcasts?
Yeah, this.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do something like a podcast. Get my thoughts out there. I feel like
Yeah,
I've got
just
some
have,
stuff to
like-
say.
Yeah.
It's a good medium because you can just fucking go.
Just let it flow.
Like, it's not about what you look like, or it's not about like what's going on around you. You're just sitting there fucking talking, like
Yeah.
you're just getting your thoughts
and
out.
and honestly, we're just all connected with each other, whether or not
Yeah.
we're having a good conversation. So I don't like it's the halftime show is officially on fire, people.
It is on fire.
Special
Dun,
signal.
dun, 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 dun.
Prepare for our IQs to drop at least 30 points coming out here.
Yes, sir.
The woke conversations will begin soon.
It's about to get a little interesting.
Like Snoop Dogg says, always patch the dusty to the left.
Shout out to Irish Fusion Dutch Master Cigarillos. That's the halftime show tonight.
Shouts out Minute Maid Lemonade as well.
And for those of y'all who are listening and you're true followers and true fans, comment below. What are you smoking on? What are you
Yeah.
drinking on? Like, we want to know what you guys are into
Yeah.
as well.
Unless it's crack, go home.
Yeah, go home. Stop listening.
Well, you can listen. Just go home. and listen.
Cracker tweet.
Cracker tweet. Both. Motherfucker.
Alright, yo. So, now that we have all experienced. Okay, I need to stop rocking my chair. Oh,
You're good.
Scoot forward. I see. You see, we have a lot of technical difficulties in the studio.
Need to get some more.
Yeah.
In this
Technology.
stew,
But
baby.
hey, also shouts out to my homie Grant. He's got a job at Best Buy. He's talking about
Hooking us up with a
hookups.
microphone,
Yeah.
studio
So you can
equipment.
you can expect better audio quality. It's coming.
Better audio quality, more shit posts.
Exactly.
It's the quality content you guys are living for, and we know it.
Yes.
Going back to music though, like I've actually like tried to write music before.
Lil
and-
Bean.
Yeah, and that's like
If y'all
no
didn't
easy
know,
feat.
if y'all didn't know, Hayden is also known in the music world as Lil Bean.
The first actual animal only known to consume beans.
Yeah, and I actually have a fan page. It's called Lil Bean Fan Page 69 on Instagram. I didn't make it. Someone else made it.
Ooh.
So
That's how you know he's got haters.
That's how you
so
know you have
That's how you know
fans.
it's worth it.
I actually don't have any social media anymore. At all.
That's not a
Other
bad
than
move.
Snapchat, which I use to fucking text people. I deleted
Yeah.
my Instagram. I deleted my Twitter. Like, I
I
feel
thought
like
about doing that too, man.
the
Dude,
realest shit in your life happens in front of your
Have
eyes.
y'all ever seen those
Combs
memes
hates
or whatever?
silently. That's how he gets his clout out
It's
there.
like
That's right.
It's like I'm ready for a man whose Snapchat isn't his main form of communication. It's like what?
What are you
It's like
talking
what?
about?
You're on Snapchat right now as you fucking make this.
When
meme.
does someone's
Like, get
Snapchat
off.
score become sketchy?
Over 500,000.
Okay, that's-
I'm at like
that's
80,000.
That's high.
Dude, I've had my
80,000
Snapchat
isn't
since
that high.
8th grade, and
I've
I'm
had-
still at under 100K.
I've had my Snapchat since 2012, and like I guess we could try and put a number per year, but like miles on a car, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
I'm pretty sure I just hit 1,000.
if it's, I'm pretty sure I'm nearing 275.
What does she have?
All right, I'm not gonna name names, but I met this girl at the bar, and
She has a
704,000 snap score.
Oh.
I'm just saying, you're not loyal. You're not loyal
No.
to anybody with a 700,000 Snapchat.
She's
score.
got to be live on Snapchat 24/7, pretty much.
I mean-
just like sending snaps like they're fucking.
I'm not even at fucking 100,000.
Me
And
neither.
I've had this shit for years, bro.
I've had my Snapchat since the 8th grade,
And I feel like I'm on
and
that
I
shit.
yeah, me too. And I got 65,000 snaps.
Well,
scored.
another thing is though, it's pictures count as a score and a text message doesn't.
Oh,
So,
well, I
like-
mean, I send pics though, like selfies. Like I send the best selfies in the game.
While we're on the topic,
undisputable.
I literally my biggest pet peeve is when people are on a snap streak with someone and they'll just double tap, take a random picture, and send it. Like you're not even fucking
Yeah.
talking to this
Yeah.
person.
Or like when they send a black screen with like an S written with the red
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
my
and
God.
you
It's like
can put-
streaks.
yeah,
It's like
if you put
stop
streaks
sending
on
me
it.
streaks, dude. Send me a
Anyone-
Snapchat.
Send me
anyone who
quality
puts-
conversation.
Yeah, send
Any-
me a good pic.
I am guilty of that though. I'll wake up in the morning And like my brain doesn't turn on till like noon, you know. Like I'm just
You're just
that
sending
kind
out
of
the
person.
S like streaks.
Like I'll be like in my bed, like, you know.
I apologize if any of y'all have done this in the past, but anyone who goes on Instagram and posts a picture and then puts on your story like my recent.
Oh, and then they
Like-
cover it up. They cover it up with like a little emoji or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude.
it's like here's a sneak peek of my picture. Go like it.
That's so
I'm that
trash.
important.
That's so trash.
I mean, if you're
Just know that if you're
involved
guilty
with
of these things, you can stop and you can change.
yeah.
Life's about living and learning.
Exactly.
We lost the whole fucking first episode of the podcast.
Exactly.
So we're just a bunch of dumbasses. So here we are.
Yeah, this is how a retreat goes with the Kentucky gentleman.
Oh my.
Yeah. Social media, I don't know what's gonna happen with that in the coming years. People have like kind of started talking more about how the youth is being poisoned by it, and I mean, I guess that's not too false, but I don't think it's as bad as people think it is.
I think that the biggest, and I mean this is research proven as well, like the biggest trials and tribulations that come from social media are like, and like as much as it sucks to talk about, it's just like the body images, the ideals that people hold for each other and whatnot, things like that. Like society just has a way of not being able to avoid that anymore. And so as much as that's been talked about and the dead horse has been beaten, it still rings true,
Yeah.
you know. And so in order to create social media that really has a safe space, you have to be aware of that. And you know, it's good that this is coming up early.
I just want
Yeah.
to say real quick that we got some more fan mail coming in. Reese, shout out to Reese. He's the OG.
What's he saying?
He said that we crack him up, bro.
Oh, okay.
And so that's
Good.
fine. Like
It's
we love
quality.
that. My boy Chase, my very first college roommate, bro.
Throwback.
He liked our animal segment, which I thought I was skeptical about it, but we just roll with the flow.
There's something about meerkats.
You never know what's gonna come out of our mouth, bro.
Something about fucking meerkats.
And we're gonna have guests on too, so like just know that it ain't gonna be just us. You're gonna get to hear some new voices every now and then.
I mean,
Kentucky Gentleman Talent Search.
Yeah, KG Talent Shirts. Can you funnel 5 beers and still be able to film a podcast? If so, we need you.
I feel personally
need you
fucking
now.
attacked. You know who's not talented at all? That bitch Carol Baskin.
Fuck Carol Baskin. Fuck Carol Baskin.
It's crazy how that shit blew up.
No,
Because
dude, that show is fucking
It's not even that crazy.
amazing.
Why did it blow
I
up?
love Tiger King. Free Joe Exotic. Put it in the comments below. Free Joe Exotic. You know you feel me. Get him out of jail.
F's in the chat for Zoe.
Hey, Carol Baskin killed her husband. Joe Exotic did not kill his husband. His husband killed himself.
oh shit. Oh shit.
That's a new
That's
take on
fucked
it.
up, bro. But no, he really did kill
Oh, he
himself.
did?
Yeah, he shot himself on live TV.
What the
Oh.
fuck? Holy
I did not hear
shit.
about this.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Well, not on live TV, but he shot himself, and you can see the camera reaction. Like it was in Tiger King. If you've seen Tiger King, you know that his first husband Travis killed himself.
I was high as fuck
Where
when I watched Tiger King.
where was he? when
It was
he
on
did that?
accident, though. It was on accident. I'm
it
not
was
trying to
an
be
accident?
a dick. Like I know playing with guns leads to some bad stuff, and I don't think he meant to kill himself, but.
There's this is kind of unrelated, but it's like another video. It's not the same guy, and apparently there's like this politician from New York. I can't remember what his name is or anything about it, but he is apparently going to go to jail for life. And so he goes up to the press. He's talking to the press. He's like, "Yeah, this is what's about to happen. I'm guilty with this and this and this." And then he's like, "So I just want to say bye to my family. I want to say bye to my kids and my wife, and sorry that it's come to this." And he like pulls out this Ziploc bag. It's like a black one though, so you can't see what's in there. And he like pulls out a gun, and he's like up there, and everyone like in the room is kind of like in the press room going crazy. They're like, "Is he actually going to do this?" and all this stuff. And then like right when he does it, you hear the gunshot, and then like the camera kind of just goes off of it, like you were saying, Josh, and. Like it's wild. I I wish we had someone like Jamie on Joe Rogan to look that stuff up because
shout out to the video.
Like I want to look this up and find the video for it, but like it's that stuff happens and
It does.
you don't hear about it really.
Exactly. Like there was like a time I remember like when I was a kid, like this was back like I don't know, I'm 21 years old, so like but we lived in a different time than a lot of people did today. And I know I did growing up in Kentucky. Like I lived the perfect childhood. But I remember one time I had a Red Ryder BB gun and my buddy grabbed like they're literally were in his garage just like having a fake shootout and he grabbed a real 22 that was unloaded. And it, like we just thought we were both, just playing with fake guns, but then at the end of like his dad came out and was like, "Put the gun down, you're gonna kill somebody." You know what I'm saying? Like shit happens. There could have been a bullet in there, and when he pulled the trigger, I could have been toast.
Yeah, I mean, and you gotta watch where you're shooting. Like if you're shooting up in the air some direction,
what goes up must come down.
Yeah, you don't know where it's coming down at, and if you're out there in the middle of the country, you could be hitting a barn somewhere.
You could be shooting straight through somebody's window.
Which I've learned that from experience too. I've got a little.
You busted somebody's window?
So I went out and I was like shooting some blackbirds with a 22 one day, and I was shooting up in this tree, and next thing we know, we get a call from the neighbor, and she's like, "There's bullets going through the top of my barn right now," and my mom is like. Well, I think my son is out there shooting some stuff, and yeah, sure enough, like my mom came out there and she was like, "You need to stop that. You're gonna kill someone." So I was lucky I didn't kill someone that day, I guess.
That's it. She was like, "You need to stop that."
Yeah, she was. Well,
I would have got my fucking ass beat.
my dad. She told my dad, and he came home and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna properly like show you how to shoot this thing and stuff."
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's a good way to do it.
So speaking of gun holes and bullet holes and whatnot, my boss was driving down the interstate earlier this year, and someone shot at him, and he shows up to work at like 6 a.m. He was like, "On my way home from work last night, I had someone have road rage and shoot at me," and like, lo and behold, there's like 2 bullet holes in the fucking top of his truck. Like,
That's fucking nuts, bro.
yeah.
Gosh, that's scary. You can just be like driving down the road, getting like a small.
Have you guys ever had anyone
altercation
like
with someone?
get in an altercation with you on the road?
Not really.
Not with me, but I've seen some people do some stupid shit.
Over winter break, I was in my car and like there was a place where the road merged into one lane, and I was ahead of this dude, and he like is in a truck and I'm in a Mercedes Benz, and like I'm clearly ahead of the dude, but he goes off road to overtake me, and so we pull up to the light, and I'm driving with my friend. My friend's in front of him, and I was trying to follow my friend because one of our phones was dead, and like this dude cuts me off, and I'm about to lose my friend, and so we get to the light, and I flick the dude off, and the dude gets out of his car and like walks up to me, and I roll my window down a little bit, and my friend gets out of his car, and I'm like starting to get out of mine, and we were like, "We're gonna beat the shit out of you, man, if you don't go get in your car and drive somewhere else." Like,
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? Shouts out to Emma. Emma's one of our listeners. She's been wanting to hear it. But we talk about road rage. Her and Courtney were in the car one day in the Audi driving right down the main strip of WKU. And Emma has been, like, I love Emma, but she's been known to drive like, a crazy person every now and then.
all the time.
And
Even
so
more
she
than
she
me.
made
Even more
she
than me.
they started flipping this guy off or something. Who knows how it happened? But anyway, they made this guy so mad because they almost hit each other. He gets out of his car and stomps her windshield in. Literally gets on top of her. She has an Audi, a 2016 Audi A3.
Oh God, that story.
And stomps her window in through the windshield.
Dude just
like
runs
a
from
maniac.
the car in front of them and runs up on top of the car.
There's pictures,
and,
just yeets her windshield completely in. And these two girls are just absolutely, they have to be freaking out.
There was glass
Like,
in the
they have
back
to be.
seat.
Yeah. And luckily there was an off-duty police officer that saw it happen and I guess just hated this guy the business because that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
There's a difference between flipping somebody off and then stomping their windshield in, getting out of your car, stomping somebody's windshield in. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, that guy definitely probably had some bad repercussions from that.
He's definitely behind bars.
I'm sure the police were like, look, dude, what did you just do that for? Like,
Yeah.
they didn't do anything.
You know how much it costs to replace a 2016 Audi windshield. Like, you better have
It's
some
not
money.
cheap.
No.
Yeah. Gosh.
That's like threatening, endangerment, assault, all of it. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy shit, but I can't imagine someone just getting on top of the fucking my car and just.
Yeah.
Dude, one time I was driving next to this semi truck. This is when I was
I would just run them over.
barely a new driver.
Thankfully, they were
Like-
sweet about it. They just let him stomp the windshield.
It
I would have
wasn't
fucking
like-
floored it on him.
There was like a spot where like this truck was like merging in, and he started merging right into me, and I got like out of the way, but then I took my lane back, and he pulled up next to me, and the motherfucker threw. He had been dipping into a cup. He threw his whole dip cup onto the side of my G5 back when I was driving a Pontiac, and like, freaking, I swear to God, dude, my little sister squealed. There was such a big ball of just dip and spit on the side of my car, dude. Like, I had to take it straight to a car wash. I didn't even roll the window down. Like, that's some of the worst road rage I've ever seen.
I think it's been a pretty good episode, though.
Yeah.
I think it's been pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah, it's been okay.
I mean, are y'all good to call it here, or and maybe film another one?
I can.
We could definitely film another one.
Let's call it a show. Let's call it episode 2.
Episode 2, y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much for.
And
If
Yeah.
you've listened this far and you're right here at the 41-minute mark, we've got a lot of fucking respect for you, and we really do appreciate
hey,
it.
we're learning our game. I feel like this is good content. This episode, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, we rolled with it.
hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us a comment. Tell us what you're thinking, what you don't like, what you like. Tell us something to talk about.
Tell your friends. Fuck.
Tell your friends, share this shit. Like, even if you're just like, dude, look at this podcast, they think they're fucking cool. Like, send it out. We don't care. You know, fuck it.
Yep. All right. Well, we
We
appreciate it.
love you.
Episode 3 coming up right now.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
see
Kentucky gentlemen out.
We'll see you in an hour, baby.
See y'all.
Cheers.